What up, what up, what up? We are back. Money in the Future, episode 13. Obviously a little bit of a later start than yesterday, such is life. Some days start earlier than others. But unlike other streams, I have not taken a trade yet. I actually just opened all this up maybe in the last 20-30 minutes. Started giving the market an actual look-see. Looks like we have some very clean price action, straight up at open. Hit that 7 o'clock, I'll go straight down. So pretty, probably would have been pretty easy to make some money in there, but that's always hindsight confirmation, of course. I don't know, there's a lot of chop going on now too. Even in the 20 to 30 minutes that I've opened up the chart and just looked and taken mental trades or whatever, I don't really see anything that would have worked out, that would have been a hot trade that has me oh man, FOMO, I really missed a good one. Nah, it hasn't been like that yet. Let's check out Nvidia. This is the 1 minute, not the 5 minute. Let's see what that. See, yeah, look at how identical those are on the 5 minutes. So the you'll see. Ooh, look at that, juicy. You'll see a lot more of the rationale of why I check Nvidia a lot like that. Obviously short. Obviously, you just had a big drop in this 5 minute candle from above all the EMAs right there to now testing the 50. That was all in one 5 minute candle. That's pretty fast. Obviously, the 14 and the 21 are really tight right there. But again, these charts are damn near identical. Obviously, not exactly identical because you're gonna have Apple and Amazon and others affecting it. But Nvidia is just so overweight compared to the majority of the companies in the Nasdaq. So you gotta pay attention to what's happening over there. But although you can see that clear drop, that solid bear flag action, especially if it can continue to make another leg down. That's a textbook bear flag. But over here in the futures market, you still have some hold. You have the 50 period moving average EMA. You have VWAP right here also holding it up, and if you go to the other time frames, you're gonna see some more. I remember checking the 2 minute and seeing the 200 shortly. Yeah, 200 is right here below VWAP. So even if you can see the up, you can see the down. Now we're chopping and deciding the next direction. That's clearly how this market worked out today. And I didn't trade the open. I didn't take any trades today at all. So this is clearly just right now, it's just zoning. This is really easy to get chopped up. You expecting it to make another leg in another direction, but what it's just doing is going back and forth, down and up and down and up. I'm sure it's faked some people out over this 8 o'clock hour that we're looking at right here on the 2 minute chart, because it stayed in this nice little range. But yeah, even if you wanted to be short right there, which obviously you didn't, it was you were looking at Nvidia make this leg down, but you're not getting that exact same reaction here yet, even though this is the 2 minute, because you can see not only the 50 EMA on the 5 minute and VWAP holding this up, but even before you get to the 200 period moving average on the 5 minute chart, if you go to the shorter time frame, it will be held up by the 2. And the 200 is a stronger support than, I use these other moving averages as confluence, but once I added the 200 a month or two ago, started paying attention to how it reacts around the 200. The 200 is strong support or strong resistance. It's see, yeah, that's just chop. That's right back to the top of the zone. Let's go ahead and draw a little 2-minute rectangle, help visualize what's going on here. This could be the breakout too, right? As I'm drawing the box. What do we have? Oh, that was obviously just the open of a new 1 hour candle with this. So this is the second 5 minute. So yeah, the bulls appear to have, this is like a bigger bull flag, some consolidation, and maybe they're taking us higher right off this zone over the 700, so yeah, that's a big momentum candle. Those are the type of trades that we like to be in on. That's just a small reaction over here on Nvidia, not a huge pop, but so there's a disconnect there, obviously. Not the 5 minute. Let's go back to the 5 minute to see what that looks like, but still, that is bear flag, you know, pull back down, consolidate, boom, up to the next leg. You got a pivot point right here at the 722, 721 kind of line. But yeah, that's a textbook, you know, right as I was drawing the rectangle to show you how it chopped the entire hour, I realized open of a new 1 hour candle. So let's check the 1 hour chart, see what that's given us so far. Yeah, look at the EMAs on the 1 hour chart. We're above all of them, and we bounced off the 14. No, technically we bounced off the 21 on the 1 hour chart because we bled through the 14. Bounced off the 21, headed straight higher. That ended up closing as a hammer candle 8 minutes ago, and now look at the response that you're getting from the next 1 hour candle. You know, kind of straight up off that zone that it was making. Now you want to be careful here. I mean, obviously a pivot point, but you can see that it reacted above the pivot point previously in today's session. So I don't know, you know, how strong of a pivot point that's gonna be. That was a bullish reaction. We're not getting that same move over here just yet. Alright, and there's some decent rejection from that pivot point. Another like 10 points back down real quick. Long top wick. We end up back in the rectangle in the next like I guess this is the 5 minute chart. We closed here on the 5 minute. So yeah, the rectangle should actually start there. And here at this close, I believe. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, and just as I was drawing it out, we're being pushed back down into the rectangle. That's a 15-point rejection from near that pivot point. That's why I said you wanted to be careful, even though it looked like we were still headed up. You often get react. That's why it's a pivot point. Price tends to pivot around it. Not saying that we can't, you know, stack some candles and climb right through it, but that reaction is why you don't go long fresh off of that hammer candle that we were looking at on the 1 hour. A lot of that same rejection here. So again, it reacted more to the wick right there as we get a new 5 minute candle. Puts in the top wick, heads right back down to the 700s, 705. Yeah, if this candle comes right back into the rectangle I just drew, which it looks like it's starting to, that would be really unfortunate for the longs, the people that got chopped up by what would totally look like a breakout to, you know, to any experienced trader. Let's see if it hangs out, if it treats the zone as support though for this next candle. If so, I'd like to be long. If this candle can, you know, hold up here in 705s. Then yeah, I think I would go long. Yeah, that you like to see that if you're a bull. But there's still 3.5 minutes left on this candle, so you kind of want to give this candle a second to work out. Obviously, you see it flip back this way. I think if you're long, yeah, you'd like to see that it's holding up off that zone, making a new high. And if you're short, you want to see it come back into this zone. Like right now, you want to see that top wick have been real rejection, not just sell off from, you know, taking profits. All right, I like the way it's holding up. Let's do it.
Order filled.
I'm gonna treat the 14 and 21 as my stop loss right here. If it comes back down and, like, you know, into the body of that wick, I'll buy another. I'll average. And now you just kind of gotta, you know, be patient, let the trade work out. You see what I saw? I saw the bullish reaction of this candle as a breakout from this chop zone, and then I saw as this next 5-minute candle started to form that it managed to hold up atop the zone. It didn't break back into the box. So if it comes back down and breaks this 700 level, then you want to be out of the trade. But so far it's working out in our favor. I'm gonna
Order
go ahead
filled.
and take that off just because it's the first trade of the day and I like seeing green. You can see my bearings still. You know, I just started the stream 10 minutes ago, and look at that top wick. It's a good place to take a little profit. I think we're going higher still, but I'm happy with that first scalp for sure. Not mad at all. So now, because again, first trade of the day, kind of just want to get your bearings about you. Take profit when you see profit. That again, top wick rejection at that pivot point. So I'm cool. At this point, the way it did that breakout and it already gave us some profit, I wouldn't be mad at a retest. If honestly though, this candle kind of was a retest. It was a retest of the box instead of the EMA. I don't know. That was a really clean trade. Possibly could have held. Obviously, you know, could have held for more, being more patient, but. If you've ever watched this stream, which I should probably tweet out, you know, the fact that I'm on it now. But yeah, if you've ever watched this stream, you know I'm quick to take profits. I like a good 10-point runner, but again, the algorithm's been a little slower these afternoons. Again, looking at that top wick, this would have been not stressful. I don't want to call it a stressful trade. It's like once you're in the green. And you know, I've also said that one of the things that I intend to improve at is trailing the stops instead of taking my profit. Like this one, as that next candle opens, you know, a couple other points. I don't know where, like this one, I think I'm still happy that I took profit because I don't know where. This is not a trailable trade just yet. It will be trailable if it gets over that pivot point. Then I think you put a stop at the high at the previous candle to the left of you. But right now, it's still being rejected. a lot of top wicks around that pivot point. So until, this would have been me holding the trade without being able to place an actual stop loss there yet. And now we're seeing an actual red candle with a little rejection. So hindsight involved, I think that was the right move. You can always trail it for like just under break even at a certain point, but like even let's go back and check this real quick. My entry was 709 and my exit was 717. So again, that's a good trade. And again, right now we're sitting at 712. So I would have lost some of that profit, and I would have been sitting here waiting for it to get back to that 717 level because I had already seen that it was possible, So then I would have to waited through this whole candle. That's not a lot of stress because we're trading MNQ, but the stress and anxiety of being in a trade and wanting more, waiting for that trade to potentially go against you, like all of that is a part of trading, but super unnecessary for the first quick scalp of the day. Just I'm not opposed to seeing us go higher. I can still see us go higher past that pivot point, but I'm happy I took my profit when I did, because if I didn't, this would then have to be a 15-minute trade or whatever. I'd still be in it. This is just now getting back to that 717 level where I took profit the first time. Phone's ringing, but I also have things going on right now. I'll take those calls when the stream finishes. I like having all my stuff connected, but I don't, because like now there's this big pop-up on my screen telling me that I'm being left a voicemail, and it's like, alright, that's on my phone. And now, as soon as I close that out on my screen, I gotta get to that when I can, but I can't right now. I am locked in. Yeah, that would have been, look, we're sitting right here back at the 712 area, and although it would have given me a second exit up there, it would have never been a 10-point trade. I don't think it ever hit 19, did it? I think it hit 18. Maybe it got to 20 there. If I look real close and squint like that, I can kind of see it. I wasn't, phones ringing, distraction, whatever. But I think, again, the time that I would have had to spend in that just to get that exit, and still would have had to quick trigger it, because we're still here at the 14.15. It would have been green the whole time. My entry was 709. I actually waited patiently to watch it react down here and timed it really well. I could have bought right off the top, but again, I was hesitating because I'm like, is it about to fake out and come right back into the box? And the fact that it held up and didn't go into the box was a perfect reason to take the long. But as you see the price action up around the pivot point, also the perfect reason to just go ahead and take profit. So yeah, happy with that, the outcome there so far. So we'll wait for the next 5-minute candle to open, and it immediately pushed up. You like that still as a bull right there at that 718 before we get some top wick again. 1920. All right, so now I've seen it tap 20, and there would have been the 10-point trade if I sat on my hands, or maybe if I answered the phone and been like, yo, what's up, I'm in a trade right now, what do you want? Maybe if I'd have answered the phone, I'd have got a full 10-point scalp out of that. But I'm super content with the first trade. Let's go back to there's the break while I'm sitting here. See, that's why you don't take the phone call regardless, because I'm sitting here thinking about whatever that call was potentially about. And there's another, 7 to 10 points above the pivot point. So this is what I was saying. I didn't doubt that we could go higher. That still just was requiring a certain amount of patience that I didn't yet have. Would have been my first trade and started the stream. So now that's a great little bullish move. Actually a really good, that's a beautiful candle that you would have liked to have been in on. Again, my same theory is it broke out of this zone that it chopped in for an hour, and then it held up right here. Once it didn't, it boom, it kind of rejected at the pivot point, it came back down, but it did not break back into the zone. So that's your best sign that we already went sideways. It's not like price can't go sideways, but we already went sideways for an hour. You had the breakout that held up. So that's your best sign that, hey, price needs to do something. It's likely going higher based off every sign that it's given us so far. So that's pretty textbook, again, without the other factors like it being the first trade that started the stream, the phone calls, whatever. This would be the type of trade that now you want to be in on and you trail. You can be slowly moving that stop loss up as this continues to pop and continues to pop, because it never really came back against us too hard. Maybe in this candle it did. If this candle got below 709, that would have been concerning, because you would have already been up 8 or 9 points, watched it all give up and come back to the box. That's no bueno. That's where you would have been like, yo, I let a trade go against me. But if you were patient enough to wait through the indecision of that 5-minute candle, let the next 5-minute candle open and just go, then you get a banger of a trade. Then you can trail it. Those are all obviously things in hindsight that make perfect sense. I guess I should turn the sound off too. Usually my phone doesn't ring and we don't get alerts on this. It's probably for my alarms to go off, but yeah. Oh man, yeah, let's not. Whoa, and see, yep, look at that. Nothing stopping us from going higher. We broke past the pivot point. We're above all moving averages. Like, now I would like a retest to, maybe just come back to the pivot point or whatever to go long again, because we're clearly bullish right now. Bullish on the day, up 161 points from the open, but you see even the 6:30 a.m. opened here. We went straight up. What would that be? Even if we call it from the low right here, that's 608 to a high of 778. So 170 points, yeah. Before obviously rejecting, having a sell-off from that big 170 point move, chopping for an hour, and now we're still bullish, man. We're breaking out. Like, we could not get below VWAP and 50 and all of that kaboom, we're headed back up. So now, yeah, here's the rejection. You love to see a little bit of red in this candle, honestly, as a, you know, for an entry, if anything. Like, we're bullish, we're clearly going higher, but it's hard to place a stop loss with the EMAs being this far away from that move. Now we're talking about a 30-point stop loss if you want to use the 14 EMA as support, and that's it's not quite my risk management profile. Maybe if I was taking a super long, like, waiting trade, like I was gonna walk away and go get breakfast or whatever, and I was like, oof, look at that, yeah. And I was like, yo, I'm taking it to new highs or whatever, and then treating that as a low. I guess that's like equivalent, you know, that's almost 1-to-1 risk reward, but yeah, no, that's way too many points in the negative. That's why I say I would like a retest now. I'd like to see you know, come back down and make one of these healthy moves up. Boom, 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 boom. You know how it is. Look at how the price reacted this morning. Right at the EMAs were obviously tight at open. Then you get the 200 period moving average right after, you know, it tries to sell low. 200 as support right here, and kaboom, 170 points off that 200. That's why I put the 200. I used to only have the red, white, and blue EMAs, 14, 21, and 50. I added the 200, and it teaches me so much more, honestly, about these bigger moves. So now our RSI is a little hot. We're hanging out right at the top of that, you know, 70-ish zone. Obviously can go higher, but this is what you know, this is the kind of price action I want to see as long as, like, wait, come back down and let me get in and enjoy some of this ride back up to these new highs. Are we gonna make new highs? This looked like really clean price action at the open that I didn't trade. I took that first trade on stream. I still have mad stuff to do today. So I guess when we're this bullish, honestly, I should be trading off the 2-minute, because maybe this is the type of retest that I'm talking about. If it, you know, you're not getting too many red candles. Well, let's hold up. Let's give it a second to actually work, because yeah, though, looking at this, like, we're going higher, but I switched to the 2-minute right now, and coming anywhere near the 14 EMA here. Yeah, come on down. If we could get some rejection here, coming anywhere near here, you could buy for the next leg up. While using the 21 and the 50 as well as the box as, like, you know, safer support levels. So yeah, somewhere around the 730 area, if I could get you to retrace to the 730s, I would be a buyer for the next move. See higher volume at this 740 line. Keep an eye on that. What's happening over here? Some chop slop. That is mess. Because on this candle, this big red candle here, it certainly felt like you were getting a bear flag set up on Nvidia. It dropped, popped to here, and then, you know, just to chop, and then boom, a big red one down, but it did not yet make a new leg. It held up here, it chopped around, but when I see, like, long top wicks like that, it makes me feel like maybe this is just a delayed move, but that leg down is still coming. missed it. I'll still wait on this 2-minute chart. We got to, wow, I was on Nvidia and it low-key came down to 730 and popped. That stinks. Wow, yeah, look at that. Yeah, I believe we're going higher. I would have loved to buy right off this zone, and I'm even said it before I clicked over. Must have missed that entry. I'd have been up 12 points, man. That stinks. Okay. Waiting to see if this is another leg happening here, or if it's still just strong rejection from the 40s. I feel like we're headed higher, but now again the risk profile is off to take that same long at 43 instead of 30. Just doesn't hit the same. Man, I was so right there too, but wrong for flipping over to Nvidia at the time that I did. Got that pop off the low without actually testing the 14, and now we're, you know, still headed higher. There's just no decent entry for a trade or whatever. Of course, if you just want to YOLO, if you believe like we're going higher and I just want to ride it higher, but yeah, without having, you know, proper setup. Right now, you could use not even the previous candle's low, because that's like 35. Well, I guess it is. We're looking for like some more momentum too, like these candles, the way it like really shot up. There's some of it. Yep. See, it's like yesterday in reverse, where it's reacting way more to the bullishness. Oh man, I hate that I missed this entry clicking over to Nvidia. Maybe it wouldn't have filled me. Maybe it didn't get all the way down to 30. So, obviously the lesson there is timing. It's okay. You're not gonna nail every trade. It's also okay to just sit and wait. But it's at least validating to know that like whatever theory I was on, you know, all the way to the 60s, man, it hurts to miss that one. I was talking about taking a long from the 30s. That could have been, there's the momentum candle. That could have been the one that you trail and all of that. Stinks. That doesn't hurt as bad as a loss as taking an actual loss of a trade. But man, sometimes it feels like it. So now look at your risk profile. Like, what do you even do there? think the best you could do is the previous candle's high, look to the left and say like, all right, that's my stop loss. But yeah, nah. Man, we're still headed higher. I was trying to just wait for a better setup. We're not necessarily seeing that same move over here yet. Let's look around at the market instead of oh wow, look how clean silver's moved today, all the way up to the 80s. Wow. Full disclosure, I opened up my Thinkorswim to test trading silver and crude oil. Just to, everybody's been, banging that silver line a lot recently, and the whole JP Morgan thing. Gold's been crazy the last few months, few years, whatever, so of course silver's gonna follow. Nasdaq still grinding higher. So now we definitely need a retest. It, once it broke this pivot point, it pushed. But there's just no reasonable entry, or at least I don't know how to trade like this. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who see price action like this and are like, what are you talking about? There's no red candles, bro. Just get in. For sure that exists out there. I saw the move, but man, that's crazy. All right, so now you're getting some of that same move over here. Are we gonna get a breakout over the 14 and the 50 on Nvidia? That's bullish. Yep, and we're gonna make new highs right here. That's really clean price action that I'm disappointed that I missed out on. Now what do we do when we're at this high that we rejected really hard at last time? We got up here and look how hard we came back down. Can we at least get a retest of the EMAs? Now we don't got to go all the way down to VWAP, but a retest of the EMAs with a look at this freight train, baby. What's moving the market like this? Is it Tesla maybe? Tesla is red for 5% on the day. Tesla had a big day yesterday, right? Yeah, look at yesterday's market day. Just up and then up and then up and then okay. So then a big sell-off of all of yesterday. Got it. Let's go back to Nvidia. No, let's go to Apple. Apple red on the day, minus 1.61%. Wow, textbook bleed. Amazon. Oh, this is what's okay. Amazon being up 4%. That is a lot of money. What's going on over there? That's explaining there's a rejection at the new high back down to this zone. So yeah, I'm not trading this. I don't know how to trade this except to sit on my hands and wait for some more confirmation. I was obviously right about the long here. I missed the missed the entry from that 730 all the way up to 785. God damn. That's impressive. But at least I've found what's doing it. Amazon is also very heavily weighted in the Nasdaq. It's in the top 10. We talk about the top 10 listed at Nasdaq all the time on this stream. But that chart right there explains exactly what's happening over on the Nasdaq. Obviously still trying to keep some confluence with the Nvidia, because it's the most heavyweight stock in the Nasdaq, but Amazon's right up there with it, and Amazon is going gangbusters today. I actually want to stop and look up Amazon being up 4.5%. Right now it's at 4.25, whatever. Amazon being up over 4% on the day almost has to be some sort of news, in my opinion. I don't that's a lot of money to move like that. Amazon stock surges as traders spot breakout patterns. They're just calling it a breakout. That's not okay. Let me look at this on the higher time frame. Yeah, what? It broke out today, but this isn't traders spotting anything, especially with this shit right there. What? That's crazy. Look at this candle compared to all of these are daily candles. These are daily candles. So I'm right to be blown away by whatever we're seeing right here, because show me a bigger candle in the last this was the day, but obviously off the lows. So plenty of people wanted to buy down here because it's fucking Amazon, so you get a big. But what is it? What's causing this? This is not a typical pattern that you would see and be like, yeah, I'm definitely going. I'm long right here. Look at all this bullshit you would have had to get through regardless. That's crazy, bro. So it's something deeper. Let's check the ticker instead of the name and just see. Because Amazon moving 4%, that's hundreds of billions of dollars moving hands. Now, of course, it's the market, so it's just moving from institution to institution and so forth and so on. But again, to elevate a company like Amazon that many percent in a day, that is big money. Bezos has done something or seen something. I need to figure this out. This is crazy. Yeah, I just saw a poster saying nah, my phone is glitching, right? And they're showing can I show y'all this? Yeah, said nah, my phone is glitching, right? And showing the Robin Hood Robin Hood of all places. But yeah, nah, this has to be a glitch, right? And then boom, Robin Hood chart of Amazon just going straight up. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. Something is happening. Someone by the name of Patient Investor says that Amazon is up to 1 million robots with 1.5 million employees. So they've obviously cut a lot of employees and scaled the robotics situation, the automation situation, really strongly. Wow. I'm really happy. Yeah, Larry Thompson, who's a CPA, just says, Amazon, this is a couple $1 trillion bullish development. I'm not even kidding, bro. A candle this large and this green for a stock that's already this big, this overvalued, this overweight. I don't want to say overvalued. That's not the right term, but you know what? To be fair, of all of the companies at the top of the Nasdaq, the S&P, the whatever, of all of them, I gotta admit that Amazon's business model makes the most sense to me in my brain, as far as obviously the AWS and all the money they make over there that we don't even talk about, but the front facing stuff, how many people did all of their Christmas shopping on Amazon? How many people have packages coming to the door 5, 6, 7 times a week? We can say more than that, because people in my house order separately off the same account, and so it'd be multiple deliveries in a day. I'm sure, I don't know, how to fix that logistically or whatever. That's not my job, but that's why they make the big bucks. That's why the Amazon chart could look like this, so y'all can figure out the logistics of feeding people these products, to their doorsteps instantly, and like people love it. People like, that's the one thing. Tesla is up there as far as these market caps or whatever, but I see potential like gaps in the system and flaws in their plan. As far as Elon, they make a lot of money. They make most of their money off of cars, and until the solar stuff starts coming through and the other the automation that he's promising is not really happening at nearly the rate, until like he's gonna I can see Tesla kind of like falling off the stock cliff in the next decade while he pivots to SpaceX. So I don't have like super long-term faith in Tesla. I think Tesla is not a flash in the pan. I live in Los Angeles. I know that people drive Teslas or whatever, but and Amazon with a solid rejection. I think that's on the daily candle. Let me go back to the not much of a rejection, but at least it came down from the upside. That's all. It's another consolidation move or whatever. But blown away. And I'm glad I looked at Amazon to help me understand what I was missing with Nvidia's chart. Because again, when we opened up, you saw pretty exact. This move happened precisely. Boom, boom. Amazon didn't do this today. So and that's why you saw the bullishness here that you weren't seeing in Nvidia. The explanation was this guy. Like I said, hundreds of billions of dollars to make Amazon fly like that. Lots and lots of money. And I was saying, just their business. Nvidia, I think, again, obviously not a flash in the pan per se, a super multi-trillion-dollar company in the United States. So you'll be like, you have certain like safeties and protections. But the chip manufacturing, I think they were just ahead of the game. This Nvidia's advantage right now kind of reminds me of the early adopters of Bitcoin. In my like early trading days, I made my biggest wins ever. You can go back and look at the chart. Matter of fact, I want to see how they're doing right now. My biggest win ever was a company called Marathon. They've changed their name since I bought it. It's Marathon Digital Holdings is what it is now, and they are trading at $10 today. Just wow. So this was like 5-6 years ago at this point that I was trading Marathon. What was it called before Marathon Digital Holdings? I don't know. But either way, the ticker was still MARA. It was Marathon. I was on some like I can't even front. I was on some like listening to Nipsey Hussle shit, and shout out to the outside work. I was listening to Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, and came across this Marathon company while I was still learning how to trade. I was like learning the market, and I made some of my biggest wins ever on this company because can I do that? Is it struggling? They were early Bitcoin adopters. So in 2020, when Bitcoin, so every candle became 6 months, so it took some time for it to figure this out. I don't like that as much. Let's go with like monthly candles. Yeah. Looking at I gotta zoom in. None of that even matters to me. This is what matters to me. I bought Marathon down here. My lowest buys were like 1s and 2s. I was trading small caps, not penny stocks, but certainly small caps, dollar stocks, whatever. And I bought a bunch of Marathon. I told everybody in my life to buy a bunch of Marathon, and a lot of people that I know and love did. And it was during this move. During this, like, cause even the rejection over here, cause it wasn't until the end I'm pretty sure if I check my statements, it wasn't until the end of like 22. I mean, somewhere in 22 that I sold like all the rest of my holdings from down in the single digit, 1, 2, I think at some point I was loading up and my average was probably around I had one account where the average was like 4, and I had one account where the average was like 7. And then the shit went to $70, $80, bro. It was out of here. I was like, yo, I did not know it was possible to. And again, look at the trading pattern since then. It's done. This is a long rant to explain how I feel about Nvidia. Is how I like, I made this money skyrocketed in Marathon. You were able to buy Marathon for dollars. The single dollars, you could get a lot of stock. And when it skyrocketed to $80 plus right here, that is because they were an early adopter to Bitcoin. They had Bitcoin miners, they had Bitcoin holdings. That was all that this company. They were in the process of building these warehouses, I guess is the best term, to like house these setups to put as many Bitcoin miners with these like cooling systems to keep them cool and let them run and whatever. This is and again, this is in 2021 where I made all the money. So this is when the company kind of went gangbusters. But they had to be on it, years before that. They were building these warehouses and miners and things for at least, the previous 5 years in order for the company to kind of like go crazy like that when it did, right? So I feel similarly about Nvidia. It is the #1 company in the world right now. It's trillions of dollars. It's so much, but I don't think that they, unless they use that money for like monopolistic purposes, which I don't hold past any company, unless they use that money for like monopolistic purposes, they will end up giving up market share to other chip makers. Apple stopped rocking with Intel and started making their own chips recently. Where's Intel now? Intel had a big fall off in the last decade or whatever because Apple is Apple, and now Apple don't need y'all. Apple's another company that I have a lot more faith in. If we're talking about the company at the top of the Nasdaq, which is this equity that we trade the most, this index that we trade the most here in the futures market, it's important to pay attention to these companies longer term. You see why I just flipped over and flipped through. We do a lot of looking at Nvidia. They are the biggest in the Nasdaq. Oh, and I was like, that's not today. That's because it's still set on monthly candles, right? So you can see Nvidia is making that current move that I was bragging about on Marathon 5 years ago, where it's like, yo, I was able to buy it for some dollars way down here. Look, Nvidia in February 19. How far can I like push that? All through 2019, you could have gotten Nvidia for less than $5 a share. It is now worth $200 a share, 188 today or whatever. But again, that's a huge move. Even over these 6 years, and look, it was straight up. It wasn't much struggle they had to go through. But again, if you're talking about companies and holdings and things, you gotta realize that a lot of people that buy in the 5s are gonna sell in the 30s if and when the company does that. How many of them are gonna hold this long through all of this? So Nvidia just made this really big move, but I don't think that they will be the only one in this market for the next decade. I'm zooming back here to 2019 when they were, nothing, nobody's. And I think it'll come back down to earth before, they won't be the biggest company for another decade straight. There will be other, and I look around at companies like Amazon, which is obviously pumping up let's get off this monthly thing, get back to the 5 minute. So yeah, this is Nvidia's price action today. It even looks like a lot of the institutions don't really want it above 200 like at all. Nobody's buying up there because I think they kind of see the same thing that I'm saying long term. Look at the price action whenever Nvidia got above $200. All sales, all red days. I'm not saying that it couldn't get, that it didn't get up there in the first place, but once it got up there, people were like, no. So it's already, I was about to show it open like that. Companies by weight. So this is what I wanted to pull up. Let me see if that even looks right on there. Okay, yeah. This is what I wanted to pull up. Obviously, do your best to ignore the ads, whatever, because I don't know what website this is. Nvidia I wish they would have. They had the market caps here. Let me see if I can drop down. No, it will show you the stock chart right there, which is pretty convenient. It looks like a daily chart though. I would day trade it, whatever. But yeah, Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, both Class A and Class C, Meta, Broadcom, Tesla, and the others. Palantir is that hot. Costco, Netflix, these are companies that are also in here and they matter. They're just, look at the weight though. The weight of how much they are in the bucket. There's 100 100 companies, and Nvidia is 13.64% of the index. So when I'm looking at Nvidia for correlation, it's for a good reason. Apple is second at 11.5%. Microsoft is third at 10.5%. Amazon then 7.6%. Google, if you combine, they count closer to third probably. Yeah, they would be. Would they be above Apple? 10, 8, and 4. Not quite. Yeah, they'd be up there if you combine both the Class A and Class C stock. You got Meta at 4.92, Broadcom 4.89, Tesla at 4.25. Anything below that, that's kind of why I stopped there. I say yeah, and the others. You can see Palantir, Costco, Netflix, Micron, Cisco, whatever. T-Mobile, Shopify, Pepsi is in this, Intuit, which Clippers Dome, whatever. TI, Texas Instrument. I don't even, we start getting into Adobe. I rock with that. I use Adobe products all the time. But all of these companies down here have less than 1% in the entire bucket. So although, Monster Beverage, Warner Discovery, which there's a whole lot going on. Netflix trying to buy them as of now. EA Sports, or not sports, the Electronic Arts. EA Sports is, I'd say that because Madden and things that I grew up on. But yeah, look, there's these 100 companies. But when you get down here to CDW or Trade Desk, it's such a small percentage that what happens in these companies aren't going to move the market in the way that 13%. Nvidia is 13% of the thing. So of course we're going to look at Nvidia. But Amazon, being 7.67%, clearly had some influence today. Because again, that's a lot of money. This is an awful lot of money moving hands for a daily candle to look like that. Absolutely impressive. There was the retest, obviously didn't come all the way back down. Until that trend is broken, you don't really care. Alright, this has been fun. I might even be able to clip that up into something, with the conversations about the companies here. But as you can see, this is I got started late. It's not today was worth learning. I'm glad I took a winning trade or whatever, especially on stream, just to kind of make it make sense. But also, if you're not feeling the market, if you in the market are not vibing, which I had to take, a 15 minute just to look at Amazon, go through these companies, search Amazon and try to figure out why they're up like that. Still didn't get no real info, as a matter of fact. But all of that lets me know that I don't know. Today might just not be the day for me to trade. I took one good trade, so boom, shout out to that. We'll keep the profit, whatever. go ahead and call it for the day. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow to do this. Hopefully earlier, but still whatever to get this money. And yeah, I got some other things I gotta do today anyway. Peace to the Middle East. Thank you for watching Money in the Future. Mm-hmm.